what you mean to try to speak? We can find a similar way to equate. I mean, what you mean to try to speak? I mean, what you mean to try? I mean, what you mean to try to speak? We can find a similar way to equate. This is nothing, nothing. Don't stay late for enough for the lights to come on, for the heart and for the wait for the counting and over the countdown for the this will be the joy. Radiance fading and winter is here, fading up and becoming a body for the brings of life. The fire that for the starlight for the dip of the fire the tongue. What you mean to try to speak? What's it been? Your words are just defeat this listening. Just rest is on the head and that for the rest of him nowhere for the he was grown enough for the over remarkable of his soul for the you know the desire for the how the find it has and never known any passion desired the person before he desired. Voice attached your friends to places distant soon enough for the geese he's a dive and do with the light the stone the winter had to come indeed enough for the stars and he wasted never the wet. The devil arrived over and over and long enough for this is the kingdom for the touching over your kissing on brother. But never the God's return to the prayer, the map for change, clouds and never the brand, the blanket, enough for the water, enough for the lamp light for the beat of
because they don't pay for anything.
Low for lamb, but this is cold night. But if someone had it that over him, cover him, never the waking up that he finds, and never the live, but in the herd of the table over the late that for the quarter over the fine mouthful of water pure, 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 pure. Praise, presence, and absence set the glow fading in idleness. And this will have the secret face, and this will starts dying. And never the knife for the flickering of the chamber for the you can have the ship hacked enough for the warriors around that island. Used for the glimmer, lighthouse, your marker, emerger, reaching intended to the haven, never survived that night for the dead, but that had the felt for the heat for the conflagration of the smell. Apocalypse, your page of return. This for the little guys when it comes to that. Having you have to rejoice in the rush into the woods, and this is trees and streams to find and wish you would for valleys and churches fired enough for the collapsing of them all. I can find what's a priest of you to fire the bonfires enough to until the vine can with you. You find it divine and that for the shuddering inside of you for the disclosing of the talk close and for the watching of the smoking in your heart. That darker now enough for the line for the honor mark for the remark. Never to have to cover it in the face of the winding of the course and send it to the extinguishing of a body, the extinguished body with enough of the title, the hair, part of it the center for the washing of the what's the limbs. And this is fine and long to be touched. This is someone rolling over the cliff and over the edge and defining what's east and this is a faded head coordinate to the desire. But to be flying alone and moving the negative enough to slip this to the attic of a roof. And this would be the light, the sense that you can come to commiserate for what's with you to travel to the small. God has said darkness and you first be divine a few stars enough for returning to the north sky to divine a womb. But this is seem that for the midst of that, if you pretended enough for the angels to bookcase and you have another object. Expected life for strings of easy. This will be the bold of believing. This will find a bright death. Dark, I find a period of death. Incline enough for the open and confessing, you'll be sure to move to find a harbor over some intention. You have waited for the age and this to find. Or cool enough for the millennium for the tour of that flower for the sketch of pen over the far wall to just glide down to the recline to find the pine wood floor. You can find it enough for the moon for the just to be the scared enough for the quiet enough beyond the words, simple enough for the words of love. You can say them for the never that I could wait into the death and I could be waiting for your time to tell time enough you can understand to tell the time if you had time to tell time many times. Oh, so beautiful and full of
morning sun is waiting in the sky, and I think I'm home again. I know where the birds of freedom are.
Hey, I'm gonna talk to you. I'm gonna talk to you. Who are they? More coaches?
They're called the Free People.
Why? Because they don't pay for anything?
No, because they belong to no country, only themselves.
Why? Because they don't pay for anything?
No, because they belong to no country, only themselves.
Who are they?
they belong to no country, only
I belong to God.
themselves.
Why? Because they don't pay for anything?
No, because they belong to no
He
country,
paid the
only
way.
themselves.
Do you know the price someone paid their life for, and who it was for? You should know the answer. The question and the answer.
We'll take care of our people. We'll take
No, I can tell when you say that you want to tell me something, but I wouldn't understand. Why don't you tell me how you feel?
Touch me. Lord, fill me. Fill me, Lord, with you. Touch me. Touch me so that I know that who touched me reminds me of you. Because I always keep my mind on you. Fill me. Fill me so that I can feel you. Fill me so that I know who to belong to. Fill me with you. Empty me. And fill me with you. Lord, I want to only feel the things that you want me to feel to do. I want to feel you, Lord, because I will be you. I want you as much as you want me. I want you the way that you want me to be. Help me to keep my wills in needing you. But I will find a needle inside of a haystack for you, Lord. Whatever it takes to find more of me and you, Lord. No void, no matter. No world gone wrong. No doubt, no nameless. Much as I contain, for this is all for you to doubt. Who to find a doubt for the dust is dusty, no. Long mouth cloth for the rest run to sleep when those corners rest of that dream for the flight tonight. Find the holy forest, but you are afraid of the dark, which you blame the raccoons and more at the point. For you take yourself with the knife, with the flashlight, yo shotgun. Left west was gun for the shot, for both one you held shaking hand. Follow that for the end of the world, for the distant birchen woods, and you find where raccoons rustle with the flash of the green eyes. His gun was fine enough for the permission of trees, and yet the rain that leads the rat will raise you the fruit. For this to be the fail, the farther for the distant till they crackled enough for the this to be the distant bee and bang hounds. Heard that for the raccoon came in at this time hissing all around for the left of you, what you know now for the now for yours. So this is for your understanding of being afraid of anything. You would be away from the Lord. Inordinate desires, find out once to went for the lengthening of the dawn. For the did you count the days when it was young? For the enough of the woman to comb, and that for the maid, for the parting of the hair, for the bitter, for the you can find was slow, for the fair still glow, nor source of light. So many caprices about the effort, the singing the never would you not like for the God, for the Father, for the you can come tattered enough for the Son, for the incomprehensible word, and if for the new the kinds of rebirth, for the never the trees and streams, and up that for the valleys, and the be the uplands, and the new for the native spirit. This line to cry to the shore, for the never the crossing, no longer for the immortal souls who wind up with the waiting and the distant, the disgruntled. I find less bells required to find enough for the read, for the trouble, for the candles and books, and you can find enough for the tedious and the meaningless, and you can find it without a farewell. Nothing to the daybreak, pushed out for the visible, enough for the crowd to shield, enough to give out the shape, sent that for the sorrow. Voices with your silence and murmur of disrespect, pass through, goodbye, declare that after the death, for the just could be the call of the country, and enough for the cross the small sea, for the leather, for the coracle, or the oracle, the blind, for the proud, enough for the blind, how you can be for the mainland, for the sea, for the glass, and enough for the know what you're talking about. Paddle that for the palms and the lamp, for the fire, and enough for the warmth of the country, spirit, enough for the new place, and the gather that around that gate, and the over the rock, and rock and love the body. Enough to keep the call of the church, and the legion, the banner, for the bat, for the door, for the clamor, over the rocks, and you can find a habitat for the present tempted by the adaptation. Look back, and you can find a little bit of liver. Not enough for the know for the water, for the loss of the view, for the this is what you see, enough for the find what's lit, never the receiving of the news. So you can find a breath for the making of it, you can tell it don't leave me alone. 100 and not for the maybe a try for the bitters, you know, my home for the nation, and this will be the lush and the full for the farm, for the grass, and this is the honey for the heaven where I can find a God. Tell that.
Feel me so that I can feel you. Touch me. Lord, feel me.
Feel me so that I can feel you. Touch me. Lord, feel me. Feel me, Lord, with you. me so that I know that who touched me reminds me of you. Because I always keep my mind on you. Feel me. Feel me so that I can feel you. Feel me so that I know who to belong to. Feel me with you. Empty me. Feel me with you. Lord, I want to only feel the things that you want me to feel to do. I want to feel you, Lord, because I will be you. I want you as much as you want me. I want you the way that you want me to be. Help me to keep my wills in needing you. But I will find a needle inside of the haystack for you, Lord. I'll do whatever it takes to find more of me in you, Lord. No void, no matter. No world gone wrong. No doubt, no names. Much as I can take, this is all for you. Find a doubt for this is dusty. No, all fall from this run to sleep where those corners rest that dream for flight tonight. Find a holy forest. But you are afraid of the dark, but you blame the raccoons and more than point. You take yourself in the night with a flashlight, you have a shotgun. And after what's was done for the shot for both of them, you held shaking hand. Follow that for the end of the work of the distant birchen woods till you find where raccoons rustle with the flash of the green eyes as comes fine enough for the permission of trees. And yet the rain that leads the rat will rape you the fruit. For this to be the fail the farther, for the this to be till they crack it enough for the this to be the distant bee and baying of hounds. Heard that for the raccoon came in at this time hissing all around for the left of you, what you know now for the now for yours. So this is honor for your understanding of being afraid of anything. You would be away from the Lord. Inordinate desires, find out once to went for the lengthening of the dawn, for the did you count the days when it was young, for the enough of the woman to comb, and the for the maid, for the parting of the hair, for the bitter, for the you could find was slow, for the fair still glow, nor source of light. So many dear priests about that, for the singing enough of the wood you now light, for the God, for the Father, for the you can come tattered enough for the Son, for the incomprehensible bird, and if the new the kinds of rebirth, for the enough of the trees and streams, and up that for the valleys of the city, the uplands and the new for the native spirit. This lies cried to the shore, for the never the crossing no longer for the immortal souls are lined up with the awaiting of the this to be the disgruntled. I find West bells acquires acquiring enough for the read for the trouble, for the candles and books that you can find enough for the tedious and the meaningless, and you can find it without a farewell. Nothing to the daybreak, push that for the visible, enough for the crowd is short, enough for the divided shape, sent that for the sorrow. Voice of with your side as a murmur of disrespect. Pass through, goodbye, declare that after the death, that you could be called of the country, and enough for the cross, the small seat for the leather, for the coracle, or the oracle, the blind for the proud, enough for the blind, how you could be for the mainland, for the sea, for the glassy, and enough for the know what you're talking about. Paddle that for the palms in the landfill, for the fire, and enough for the warmth of the conjuring spirit, enough for the new place and the gather that around that gaze and the go for the lock of honor, lovely body. Enough that you can call it a church, and the legion, the banner for the that, for the door, for the clamber, over the rocks, and you can find a habitat for the protected by the adaptation. Look back for that you can find a little bit of littler, and not enough for the know for the water, for the loss of the view, for the this is what you see. Enough for the find what's lit, enough for the receiving of the news, and you can find a breath for the banking up, but you can tell them to leave me alone. 100 and not for the maybe a try for the bidders, and oh my own for the nation, and this will be the lush, and you can full for the farm, for the grass, and this is the honey for the everywhere I can find a God. Tear it out for the wounds in your resurrection. This and model making me a blossom, willing on the father to shout enough for the emphatic bit of prayers so I can find what's broken, and then I can find what's in the pleasant enough to throw the wood. I can find walking amazement and this reading for the symbols and enough for the call myself and enough for skipping and tumbling over the cross of the backbone for the mainland. Wrap my feet around the grass and just find the stripping of the energy. I can find out that the stripping is find a race in my soul. Breaking enough of the wear, whether enough, the long you can call it the soul to the shoe, for the find me with the rhyming, for the never to come back to self with the fiddle, the silver false and sprayed over the tonic and over the rays and noise, and this is free for the now from the charter, but the never the sweet noise.